Back to the August jobs report. Here's the big number. 368,000 people just gave up looking for jobs last month. That means for every one American that got a job, 4 people just left the workforce. The White House says, this is a positive report and signals that the economy is recovering. President Obama says he needs more time to fix the economy.
Elect me to tell you what you wanted to hear. You elected me to tell you the truth. And the truth is, it will take more than a few years for us to solve challenges that have built up over decades.
All right, a Republican Congressman, Alan West, joins us now from Florida. Congressman, welcome back. You heard the president there asking for more time to complete the job of recovery. And today's unemployment report, he says that it's a signal that the economy continues to recover. What do you make of this?
Well, first of all, greetings. Great to be back with you, Stuart. And you termed this report as lousy. In the military, we would call it FUBAR, F-U-B-A-R. So you got to understand that this is a horrific report. And when you think about what the president is saying, this is not about the truth. The president said very simply that in his first term, if he could not get this economy turned back around, he'd be a one-term proposition. He sold the United States of America and the American taxpayers on an almost $1 trillion plus stimulus, and we were supposed to have unemployment that would never go above 8%, and we've had 43 months of unemployment at or above 8%. And you understand what has happened with the workforce participation rate, the lowest in 31 years, and the stimulus was supposed to have us at 5.6% unemployment. Here in South Florida and the districts where I am, Palm Beach County has a 9% unemployment, Martin County to the north, 9.8%, and just a further to the north, 12.8% unemployment in St. Lucie counties. So yesterday when I talked to the Chambers of Commerce of Stewart, Jensen Beach, and Palm City in Martin County, they were appalled. The small business owners are not looking at growing and expanding, so there is no recovery. I don't know what the president and his spinmeisters are talking about. This is horrific news.
What do you make of what the president said last night? I want to get to his delivery and your opinion on that. But first, he said he's going to cut the deficit by $4 trillion over the next 10 years. He's going to double exports by 2014, create 1 million new manufacturing jobs within 4 years, cut oil imports in half by 2020, and have 100,000 new math and science teachers. I mean, that's a pretty specific list. What do you make of it?
Well, first of all, the stimulus was supposed to help us to hire a whole bunch of teachers, and I don't think that's the important part for the federal government, and I think that's more of a payback to the National Education Association, as well as a lot of these manufacturing jobs he's looking to create. There's going to be in union states, not right-to-work states, such as you see here in Florida, and we all remember what the administration did as far as going after Boeing when they tried to open up a plant in a right-to-work state such as South Carolina. Look, the president said he was going to cut the deficit in half, and what have we seen? We've seen 4 straight years of $1 trillion plus deficit, 1.42, 1.29, 1.3, and 1.1 trillion. And when you look at the fiscal year 2013 budget that he had, the debt that he did not talk about last night, which is at 16 trillion, goes to 26 trillion. You have 1.9 trillion of new taxes, but it does not lower the debt. All it does is go to 53% growth of the federal government, and his budget never balances. So the practical application speaks for itself.
Are you going to get the blame? For you, Congressman West, are you going to get the blame for the 9% unemployment rate in Palm Beach County?
No, I don't think I'll get the blame for the 9% unemployment rate, because everyone knows that in the House of Representatives, we've passed about 33 to 34 pieces of legislation that is all about job-creating policies, tax and regulatory policies that open up the entrepreneurship. We've also passed legislation to get our energy security going back in the right direction, to lift a lot of moratoriums we have on oil and natural gas on federal lands, not state and private lands. All of that legislation sits on Harry Reid's desk. So when you hear talk about raising income taxes on just those top brackets, that's where our small business owners are. And as a matter of fact, that only will yield us about $85 billion of revenue per year. And you know, Stuart, we spend about $4 to $6 billion a day in the federal government.
Yes, we do. Actually, we spend almost $10 billion a week on interest on the federal debt, which would be eaten up in, what, 8 weeks? With the tax increase on 250,000 K plus. All right. Congressman Alan West, it is always a pleasure, and we thank you for appearing with us again this Jobs Friday. Thank you, sir.
You got it. Cheers, mate.
Did you hear that? Cheers, mate. All right.